Hey everybody, this is Project 11A, the clinically inspired device design horse boot or friction farrier. This is our virtual capstone design showcase video.
I'm Sarah Franklin.
Griffin Hughes.
Hello.
I'm Peter Sigmund.
Medwin Infante.
So our project was a little different from others as we're not actually given a problem, but had to come up with our own using the by design process. This process was 3 phases, and in the first phase, identify, we had to focus on clinical immersion experiences by attending surgical procedures at the UGA Vet Hospital. The invent stage focused on brainstorming multiple ideas to come up with a solution for solving the identified problem. Once the final concept was chosen, we would then have moved into the implement stage, but unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 outbreaks, we were unable to move into that stage.
These images taken for VetMed are evidence of horses slipping in the house. In Figure 1, you can see floor scuff marks. Figure 2 shows the standing water on the floor that can increase the risk of horses falling. The image above was taken during the recovery process of a horse waking up from an operation. This video highlights how unsteady horses can be as the anesthesia wears off. A horse fall could lead to a broken leg or worst case death. We decided to create a frictional boot to serve as extra support for horses in this condition.
The boot, which Edward just talked about, is called the friction farrier, and it is a 3-piece boot that can easily be slipped on and off the horse hoof. Figures A, B, C make up the outer shell of the boot. It will be 3D printed out of flexible resin. The dimensions will accommodate the majority of hoof sizes encountered in the veterinary hospital. In Figure C, the shoe bends at a 45-degree angle, which will allow it to sit flush against the vast majority of horse hooves. Figure D is our comfort sole, and it will sit in the outer shell of the boot. It will be made out of elastic resin. Figure E, we see our insertable tread, which will also be made out of elastic resin. These 9 insertable tread pieces can easily be popped in and out so they can be replaced as they wear down. We were able to make a half-scale prototype using the Formlab 3B 3D printer. Each section of the prototype is printed on its own. The print will then be put into a washer to rinse off debris. From there, the print will be cured at the resin's specific length. As you will see in the next slide, our print came out a little rough, but this can easily be improved by decreasing the point in which the support comes in contact with the boot. Our prototype took 8 hours, however, a full-scale print will take more than 12 hours.
Here's a miniature design of our prototype. No testing has been done, and the current proposed method is the easiest and cheapest option to manufacture the design. As of the design of the strip, which is shown on the lower right corner, polyester strip with Velcro will be wrapped around itself, which keeps the shoe on the hoof. For the system evaluation, we decided to go with 3 different tests to examine the feasibility of our prototype design. First, we have the compression test. The max horse weight average is around 2,200 pounds. We assume the force will be evenly distributed among the 4 hooves. Each boot will design will assemble 9 treads to the bottom. Based on these assumptions, each tread needs a minimum force of 1117 Newton. The maximum force each platform can tolerate will be 6670 Newton. The second test we're planning to perform is the fatigue test. We want to test the durability of the design. The test measures the number of attempts before the body deformation. The last test we'll perform is a friction test. The whole purpose of our design is to prevent the horse hoof from slipping during the recovery. We'll place the shoes on top of a surface, which mimic the material of the floor in the clinic. And as we raise the angle of the inclined surface, we're observing the sliding activity of the shoes.
In summary, the goal for our senior design project was to create 4 functional, reusable shoes that could serve as frictional supports for horses walking through the hospital and/or waking up from anesthesia. The 6 steps listed were the steps we took during the design process. Due to the coronavirus outbreak, we were not able to fulfill steps 5 and 6 since we were unable to create a full-size prototype or perform any test. We began by observing surgeries in the hospital and ended with an almost functioning prototype. Thank you to the judges and everyone else for listening to our presentation. Thank you to UGA VetMed and specifically to Dr. Peroni, Dr. Martin, Dr. Elliott, Dr. O'Brien, and Ms. Bonnie Lockridge for granting us access into their workspace. Thanks to Tim Martin and Kevin Wu from Research Innovation Gateway for their guidance. Finally, thank you to the College of Engineering, especially Dr. Gamillion, for their resources and support this year. Thank you for watching.